How many times can I say but? I'm a denim girl through and through. I wear them year round, all forms. I have them in denim jeans, denim jackets, dresses, vests, you name it. And in today's video, I want to share with you a try-on review from the iconic brand Levi. I'm reviewing for different styles, plus a bonus one. I try to keep the same shade of blue across all styles and over the same size, which in hindsight I should have done that, but you know why in a minute. But they're all the same size, all in blue, and about the same inseam. Some of them are much shorter than others, and some of them I just couldn't order the same inseam or the one that I needed it. I also tried getting them all in 100% cotton, which is the way I prefer, but some of them do have 1% elastane, and I will specify which ones. Starting strong with the Cinch baggy jeans. These are high rise, straight leg. Although they did not fit me as a straight leg, I feel because of my body type, aka my bubble butt, they fit me more like a wide leg because they're fitted through the hips and thigh, and they widen at the bottom. They are one of the two that I ordered that are made of 100% cotton, so I stretched them in 3-inch inseam. I did not realize this detail about this denim when I ordered it, but they have a little strap with a band that you can move around and adjust depending on your needs. I think it's great for those peaks at night where you get bloated and you need some room, and for people that have similar body type as me where your waist is much more than your hips. There was a little tuna gap on the waist, even though I did not adjust the little strap that it has on the side, so I love that. I did think that they were a little tight on the hips, and I think this meant to be a little looser fit. I'm gonna go to a store today and see if they have it in stock. I did go last week to Levi here in Broadway. I didn't see it, but I also didn't look for them. I'm gonna look today and see if they have one size up and see if I like the fit better on the hips, especially now that I know that you can adjust the size. So they are 100% cotton. They are very light cotton, which are perfect for the transition months. If you like wearing denim like me year round, these are perfect. These are with a zipper fly, and compared to the other ones I'll show you, these are the ones that go highest on my waist. I usually wear jeans to work on Fridays, and I feel like these could definitely work as a pair of more elevated work pants. The shade of blue and the overall style makes them look polished enough for a casual office outfit. So I have a pair of 501s. I really wanted to like them. I remember styling them 2 years ago and wanting to try to make it work, but they just didn't because I have a longer torso and I just don't like how low rise look on me. Even mid rise, some mid rise are okay. Depending on the brand, they go a little higher. But they came out with a 501 curvy. It's also listed as a high rise, so I was like, okay, 501 high rise and curvy, sign me up. I got the denim, I put them on, and I immediately was like, absolutely not. It has this bunchy detail on the side. I don't want to necessarily blame the denim style, but my body, hear me out. I do think I have a curvy body type because there's 13-inch difference between my waist and my hips, but I don't think it's so much my hips that comes out, but it is my bubble butt. So my behind comes out a little, making it seem like I have more curves, but in reality when you look at me from the front, you don't think that I'm as curvy. I hold them up to the camera, I can visibly see the curves, and I think they are made more for an actual curvy person that has hips more than it is for a person that only has the bubble butt. How many times can I say bubble butt? Before I even bought it, I knew they were not for me. I just didn't care for the fit. I don't think they're flattering on my body, so they were immediately a no. These are listed as a high rise. They have a straight leg at 1% elastane, and the inseam was 30. My very first video ever published in this channel was a Levi's try-on review, which is now private because it's just so cringe to watch, but it is still one of my most watched videos. And in that video I reviewed the rib cage, which I love because they go really high on my longer torso, but the gap was so big I just could not make it work. These ones are advertised as Western. It's like, wanted to give it a try. I loved the detail that they have in front, and I am looking for a more straight leg style and a darker wash. I saw these and I was like, let's do it. But right away I noticed they run extremely small, like 2-3 sizes small. In hindsight, I went back to try to return them, and I noticed that on the reviews it says that they do run small, which I missed. I feel that if I size up enough to make it work, the gap on the waist is gonna be extremely big, which has been the issue with me in this type of style with Levi's. I do love how high they sit on my waist, but I feel like these are made more for a straighter body type than they are for a curvy one like mine. These are listed as super high rise with a 29-inch inseam. They come in this beautiful shade of blue as well as black, and they do have 1% elastane, so they're not completely rigid. Also, my very first video that I ever filmed, I tried on the wedgie. I did like the way, again, my bum looked with them, but they were low rise and I just didn't care for the fit. But this time I was like, maybe something changed, I'm gonna give it another try. I did try indeed, but I did not go past my thighs. So I'm still debating whether to try them on again in a different size. I think if I wanted to make it work, it has to be at least 2 sizes up. Let me know if you want a part 2 maybe review Levi's. I can order all the new sizes, like 1 size up or maybe 2, and then give it a proper review because I don't want to sound all negative. I do think I just need to size up a size or 2 to make them all work. So let me know if you want part 2 and I can just go and get everything in a 1 size or 2 size up and then do it again. I was shocked when I tried this on. I ordered this before I even started filming or planning for this video. I was going around town with a friend and we came across a Levi's store. I wasn't shopping for Levi's or denims at all. I had this idea in my mind that barrel style jeans was not for me because I am petite. I have a curvy body type. I just didn't think those were meant for me. And just for the fancies, I decided to try the style. I put it on and I was like, are you kidding me? I have to say I don't like picking favorites, but from the moment I tried this on, they were hands down my absolute fave. Since filming this video, I have actually tried other barrel styles because this opened experimenting with fits that I never thought I'd try before. What I have noticed is that with a lot of other barrel jeans, the leg flare out too wide, which on my petite frame it tends to look a little disproportionate. But these are different. They have just the right amount of volume on the leg, so you can clearly see that they are a barrel style, but in a more subtle way that feels more classic and flattering for petite gals like me who prefer a minimal style. They also come in 5 other colors. I have my eyes on the brown pair, but realistically I know that I wouldn't wear them nearly as much as the blue. So from a practical perspective, I'm sticking with shade that I'll get most use out of. They don't feel as stiff though, but they're not the lightest kind, so they're nice and comfortable, but it's not like you have to break them in. They have a zipper fly. They're listed as a mid-rise, but they do fit me more like a high-rise on me, and I do have a longer torso, so keep that in mind. These are also one of the longest inseam at 30 inch, though I could have sworn that I did see the option of getting it at 29, but that might have been a few sizes down, which I did that at the local location here in Broadway. This style is a loosened fit through the hips and thigh, and they taper at the bottom. I don't have the biggest gap on the waist, which is rare for my body type and I love, but there is a little gap. It all depends on where I wear them. If I put them high up my waist, obviously they're gonna have a gap, but if I lower them up as where they're supposed to be worn because they are listed as a mid-rise, then the gap is less. I actually came across this accidentally while I was window shopping one of my solo trips. I did not expect to find a pair of jeans that fit just right, especially at the price that I did, but here they are. These are a pair of vintage 510s. The style feels very reminiscent of a mom jean. It's not as skinny as a true skinny jean, but the leg tapers at the ankle. Unlike most skinny jeans, these have no stretch at all, which I actually like. And because of that tapered leg, you can easily tuck them in into your boots if you want to. I really like the fit. They're not my most worn pair, but I do reach for them in casual settings like work on Jeans Fridays, or when I'm running errands and don't feel like wearing my oversized wide leg jeans. If you like a mom style jeans, don't love the 501s, and you value vintage like I do, I think you really enjoy these. I've seen it several times on Vintage Shop and also online on Etsy. Just make sure that you know the vintage denim sizing, especially with this style, before committing, since most of the time vintage pieces are not returnable. And that is the video, that is the review. I hope you found it helpful or at least entertaining. If you did, forget to give it a thumbs up. That is the best way you can support my small channel at no extra cost to you. As well as subscribing if you haven't. Let me know if you have any questions down below. And I'll see you in my next one very soon. Bye! I think I got it.